Hi friends and welcome. Today we are here to watch season 2 episode 10 of Angel. It's called Reunion and I'm very excited because we know exactly what's happening. I said it with too much confidence. Anytime that happens I'm like wait, but but honestly though, I feel like this episode has to be about Drusilla just being here right now. So I think this episode is definitely going to give us a feel for, is Drusilla just going to come for like the last episode on this one? Or is she going to be like a season 2 big bad? Is she going to be sticking around? I'm not sure how much they plan on using her character. Personally, I hope it's a lot. I hope she hangs around because I think she's one of the best characters we've seen in the Buffyverse. She's so interesting. She's so creepy. She's so funny. She's just so... Okay, maybe funny though. She's just creepy. I love her for it. I do think that this episode has to be focused on Drusilla and on Darla's turn back into a vampire, which is going to be really interesting. So I think that, you know, we're about to get into like the halfway point of the season. So this feels like the perfect place for this episode because I think it's the episode that's going to tell us the tone of the season. That's going to let us know sort of what route they plan on going, because I feel like it's either going to be, you know, Drusilla and Darla fully embracing this big bad, or they're going to possibly be solving some of these problems, taking them away from a bit. I feel like I find it very hard that Darla would leave at this point in the show. Just because I feel like she's so intertwined to season 2, and I think she's what's making season 2 so freaking great. But I do have my questions about Drusilla. They could very much just bring her back for an episode and then decide to get rid of her, which I'm hoping is not the case. So I'm very freaking excited to watch this episode. I feel like great things are coming. I am enjoying Angel season 2 so much. You know, Buffy put me through a bunch of shit. I'm pissed off at Buffy right now. But you know, I have Angel to rely on because it's so good right now. So I'm really excited. I have to say that my other sort of question about the episode is, I wonder if they would be bringing in Spike. Because, you know, the title Reunion obviously reminds me of just the squad, right? But I feel like they're 4, they're not 3. You know, as we just saw in, like, I think it was 207, right? I want to say 507/207, you know, the Spike-centric episode and then the Darla-centric episode that followed it. I feel like those episodes showed us so much, how they were really like, the 4 of them were a group. And so now I feel like it's going to be weird to see all of them without Spike. So I do wonder if maybe Spike could be guest starring into Angel. I feel like if he was, we would need some sort of setup, you know, but I remember how much I loved him and Drusilla so much that I would love to be able to see that again, because I feel like they were just a power couple and they were just iconic as hell. And I feel like a part of me is still not over them. So I'd love to be able to see them together because I just want to see how he would react seeing Drusilla, knowing the feelings he has about Buffy right now. I feel like it would make his brain explode a little and I would love to see that. I say that like in the best of ways. But anyways, I am just so excited. I feel like no matter what they do for this episode, I know I'm going to love it. Just the premise of it sounds amazing. We're gonna reunite. It's gonna be interesting. I hope Darla, you know, still has some thread of like what we have, like we seem to be getting through to her and, you know, in this beginning of the season. So I hope there's still some of that inside of her when she gets turned into a vampire. But I'm so excited for her to become a vampire again. I feel like I shouldn't be, but I very much am. So we'll see. So much to happen right now. So I hope you guys enjoy watching this with me. Yeah, I think that's what I had to say, so let's frickin' watch it, I guess. Oh yeah, I should have warned though, there will be a lawsuit. If Drusilla leaves by the end of this episode, lawsuit, Angel Writers lawsuit. This is not how you're supposed to write your show, okay? I make the rules here today. We gotta keep Drusilla for at least... How many more seasons do we have, Angel? Like 3 seasons. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay.
Oh my god, Angel!
What happened?
I don't know, he's been kind of in and out. I only got half the story. Half that didn't make sense.
Angel? It's no time. No time. Okay, let's sit him down here.
Where is Darla?
I don't know, she wasn't there.
I knew it. She did this to him. I knew she couldn't be trusted.
She's dead.
What?
I should have stopped them. They made her drink.
Angel?
She didn't want to. You think that you can resist, but then it's too late.
Who's her?
Drusilla.
Yeah! Drusilla's here.
Good Lord.
I'm sorry. I'm not reading the vibe of the room, but I'm just so excited.
I can save her.
Save whom? Darla.
Oh,
Angel,
sweetie.
what you've been saying is so. There's no saving Darla. It's too late.
It's not too late.
It is. She's dead already, and come nightfall, she will rise again.
She won't. I can save her from that.
Oh shit! This is what you mean by saving? Sir. I don't want you to kill Darla, so no. Clearly they're stressed, they're upset, they're not having fun. So I feel bad that I'm having this much fun, but the thing is that, like, I'm sorry, I can't resist it. I'm just so happy that Drusilla's back. I feel like Darla being a vampire again is going to be such a cool story, so I'm very sorry, Angel, but right now Domi's thriving.
So what's the plan? Stand outside his door and make remarks?
He already invited me in once. This time when I kick that door down, I go through it. Alone.
That's never a good plan to go alone. Especially when you're dealing with people from your past that you have a lot of feelings about.
I knew that pregnancy was in trouble the moment she told me about it. Then Azrael couldn't be healthy for the baby.
She said she was having a baby?
She was very excited about getting the nursery ready for the birth. I offered to show her some
Drew would want the ritual.
But she wasn't interested. I think she wanted something on the west side anyway. She insisted that her daughter would be born near the stars.
Oh yeah, there she is. Okay.
You're singing to me.
Oh, that's so creepy.
Drusilla, you are positively glowing.
I'm going to be a mummy.
Yes. Yes, you are. Now, we would all love to stay for the birth, but we have a previous engagement we must prepare for.
Why are they leaving? This is not good.
The lamb is caught in the blackberry patch.
Oh my god. I've missed her creepy singing. Ma'am, I've just missed you so much.
Drew doesn't see this thing as a death, but as a birth. She talked about getting the nursery ready.
Angel, I fear you may be looking for a logical pattern in the rantings of someone who doesn't think logically.
Oh, but she does, though. Okay. Where the hell's Drew?
That's not a fitting gift at all for our newborn grandmummy.
It's the 21st century, Drew.
I'm still lagging.
Oh shit! Okay. Ah, poor Darla, she looks so confused. Holy fuck! How is she this powerful when she just woke up?
Now everybody's home. Angel?
Liar. Oh my god. Oh my god, she's so manipulative. That can't be a good idea.
So you did find them then? Where are they now?
I don't know.
But you know where they're going to be?
Not exactly.
But yet you have your suspicions?
Actually, I don't.
So it's more like a hunch.
Wouldn't say hunch.
Oh,
Would
goodness.
you say inkling? Please tell me you could at least say inkling.
I drank Chateau Latour once. It tasted like lion's blood.
Drusilla,
Well, how do you know that?
I didn't realize you were here. I trust everything went as well as you hoped.
I'm very worried about Grandmum. The building was quite tall.
There's an untagged vampire in the building.
Perhaps we should take our guests to security.
Oh! What the hell? I can't believe she came to him.
warm.
Oh my god, yes! Shit, that's cool, that's cool. So cute that they just run away together.
Let them leave the building without incident.
Oh my god, why do they want that?
Healthy attachments, Lindsay.
Oh my god, this episode is going like nowhere that I'm expecting. I'm so confused. Like, Darla almost seemed like... I thought she came back for Lindsay.
Grandmother, what?
Don't be angry.
Why?
For you. All for you. I thought it was what you wanted. To be saved.
They're going through something, sir.
All alone in the dirt. We've lost our way, and the little wormy won't dance if he's told to. No. No.
That's right, sweetheart. Why don't you and your girlfriend take the makeout session on home? The rest of us have lives.
Not for long.
Shit. I can't believe she's doing it in the middle of the street. Isn't everybody seeing this, ma'am?
You're all new again. Let's go shopping.
Oh my god, look at them!
I felt it in my vision. We've really got to handle this one with care. You know, delicate. Wait.
Jeez. Oh, jeez. Listen,
Angel.
I'm not here to hurt you, kid. Powers that be must have had a good reason for sending us here. I don't have time to figure that out.
Maybe that's the plan. Maybe they're trying to keep you from going on this mission.
In any case, that young man still clearly needs our help.
Go help him. I got more important things to do, okay?
Angel, this is not a good sight of him. He's getting so distracted. This is exactly what Wolfram and Hart wanted. Oh, they meant shopping for clothes? I thought they meant shopping for, like, bodies.
Can I? Of course, dear. But a little color would bring out your eyes more. Such pretty eyes. Oh, I'm ringing. Do you hear it?
Oh, they did kill everybody at the store.
All over.
Feeling better, I trust?
Like my old self again.
Splendid. I understand you girls have been on a little spree.
Is that a problem?
Oh, on the contrary. As a matter of fact, I was just thinking, why settle for a spree when you could have, say, a massacre?
The fuck? Why would he want that?
I appreciate that, Holland.
Well, not at all, Darla. That's what we're here for.
Why?
I said, excuse me. Customer with a question here. Service in this place is really unacceptable.
Okay, so Darla's like really back.
Regardless, Lila's correct. We won't have to worry about Angel anymore.
Caralho!
Drew and Darla, where are they?
Angel!
What the fuck?
I don't believe we've had the pleasure. Holland Manners.
Be careful who you offer that hand to, Mr. Manners. You might just lose it. Isn't that right, Lindsay?
There's worse things to lose, aren't there?
Damn.
Well, Darla's just a tool. Means to an end.
Oh shit. What is the big plan? I don't...
You're the project.
I can crush the life out of you before they even lift a finger.
Oh, I'm sure you can. Just as sure as I am that you won't.
Won't I?
You don't kill humans.
You don't qualify. You set things in motion. Play your little games up here in your glass and chrome tower, and people die. Innocent people.
And yet, I just can't seem to care.
Oh my god, please kill him.
You misunderstand us, Angel. We don't want you dead. Yet. If we did, you wouldn't be standing here.
I hate that that's kind of true. What the hell? You can't
dead.
arrest him.
I'm cool with it.
Okay, Kate, ma'am, this is your moment to shine. Hi! Hi! Yes! I love it. Okay.
Perfect.
She's gonna save your ass. Don't look at don't give me that look.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I don't think I can stop them. Maybe you can. Pull over.
Wow. That is big for her. I mean, I knew Kate was gonna help, but I didn't think she was gonna, like, help this much.
One which the senior partners hoped.
How did they get in there?
Ladies. How...
Your wife was kind enough to invite us in, Holland.
Very sweet she was. Like Clover. And honey.
Just think of it as our way of giving you what you want.
What
I believe you said something about... a massacre.
Oh my god. Kill him. Literally, please, kill him. Do it. I'm not gonna complain.
You have beautiful skin.
I moisturize.
That was very thoughtful of you. Because all I'm sensing right now is big, stinky fear. But not from you.
Oh.
Do you know what I'm getting from you, Lindsay?
I do.
Nothing.
Oh.
Why aren't you afraid? And you don't care.
Oh.
I care. I guess I just don't mind.
That's sad.
Daddy's home.
Don't call him daddy, that girl.
And jealous.
It's so creepy that they call him that.
I'm sorry I didn't get to you in time.
I'm not. He's so sick.
Angel, please. People are going to die.
And yet somehow, I just can't seem to care.
Oh my god, Angel!
Please, we can negotiate.
Seriously? You're kidding. Holy shit! I can't believe he just...
You could have stopped them.
And I will.
When? After they've finished off all the people you don't like?
Good point.
What you did is...
It's wrong.
You went too far.
Don't you see where this is taking you?
Listen to her. Right now, the three of us are all that's standing between you and real darkness.
Best believe that, man.
I do. You're all fired.
What? Angel? Oh my god. This man is going insane. Holy shit. Oh, don't end like this. God damn it, I hate when they end episodes like this. You're fired. No, they're not. Literally, just no, they're not. Well, okay, so Angel's definitely spiraling. I just want to say I am really pleased with this episode. I feel like I shouldn't be having as much fun as I did have, but I really did have. It was sort of a party, it was sort of a feast, and I feel like I was kind of enjoying it, even though I shouldn't. But the thing is that, like, if Darla and Drusilla want to wreck LA, if they want to, you know, just, I don't, like, at this point, I don't really care what they want to do. I love them so much, and it's so much fun to just see them thrive that, like, I want to see them happy. So if they want to destroy LA, I kind of want to let them destroy LA. Like right now, it's very hard for me not to cheer for them. They're just killing it right now. No pun intended. And I'm here for it. Definitely an interesting episode. Definitely feels like a setup for what we can expect for the rest of the season. This is like really creepy. The fact that Darla and Drusilla seem to be like a distraction so that Wolfram and Hart can come up with a bigger plan so that they can do, you know, because they were saying like we're ahead of schedule and stuff like that. Like they have clearly a bigger plan. I'm excited to know what it is. My prediction is that Darla and Drusilla are going to be the season 2 big bad, and at the end of the season, you know, the season 2 finale, they're sort of going to present us to whoever the season 3 big bad is, which I'm assuming is going to be this person that, like this thing. I'm assuming it's a person, or I guess a creature. I am very happy because this feels like we're gonna get Darla and Drew for a while, and like I said, they are killing it. Their chemistry is amazing. Like they're just so amazing together. There's something that happens when those two actresses are together that just makes it all magic, and it's so great. And honestly, Drusilla's even creepier than I remembered. I feel like, you know, it's been so long, especially with watching these shows so slowly. It's been, I feel like, over a year since I last saw Drusilla, like other than flashbacks. And so I feel like it's so easy for you to forget how freaking insane she is. You know what I mean? Because in the flashbacks, yeah, but seeing her like in real life and interacting with Angel and just being here in the present, it makes her seem even creepier. So I'm super happy she's back. And I do think that it was such an interesting thing that they said. I think it was Wes who said that they shouldn't really trust Drusilla because she doesn't really have a logic. But I'm not sure that's true though. I feel like she does have a logic. The problem with it is that she's just very confused because, you know, this episode, I've always thought of her as somebody who could see sort of into the future, right? Catch these glimpses. But the fact that she could read that the place was like bomb shelter and those kind of things makes me feel like she also has a connection to the past. So if she's living in the past, the future, and the present at the same time, there's no wonder that she's kind of creepy and a little bit confused and always singing around, you know, like clearly this woman has a lot of information in her brain, and I feel like that's exactly what makes her seem a little bit insane. And I honestly love her so much for it because it makes her so unpredictable, so creepy, and just like overall maybe possibly the coolest vampire we have on the show because she's just, I can't even describe it. And I have a prediction. Of course, it's gonna be wrong because I'm gonna say it out loud, but I'm gonna say it anyways. You know, in regards to their storyline for the rest of the season, I feel like they're gonna have to come up with a sort of goal, right? And watching this episode, the only thing I could think of is that they're gonna try and bring Angelus back, I think. Because, you know, they kept calling him Angelus, and then at the end of the episode, they're like, no, this is not father. Which, by the way, is so creepy. Like, the fact that they see each other as a family is, in a way, adorable, and I want to be like, oh, that's heartwarming, and like, good for them for creating these bonds, I guess, even without a soul. And then another part of me is like, please don't call her your daughter, your grandmother, and Angel as a daddy. Like, this is just like, it comes off a little bit wrong, but okay. Clearly they're noticing that this is not the Angelus they know. And a part of me wonders if this is going to be their mission. They're going to try and find a way to get Angelus back because they want to reunite the crew. And another thing I thought of is I wonder if they'd go after Spike or sort of find a way to get in touch with Spike. Because, you know, things are going to get boring for them relatively quickly because right now they're just having fun, you know, getting to see LA, kill some people. But I feel like soon they're going to have to, you know, up the game. And obviously Buffy and Angel have not interacted this season. They do have quite a few parallels in the episodes sometimes, which I think is very interesting, but I feel like we haven't had the storylines connect as much, so it would be interesting to have Spike be sort of this in-between, or even Darla and Drusilla going to Buffy. Because I was wondering about this, like if things get very bad, Angel's gonna have to call Buffy, right? I'm not gonna say that I'm hoping that it does, so that we can get to that point. I mean, it's a win-win for me. Because Darla and Drusilla are happy, so I'm happy, and then Buffy and Angel have to interact, and then I'm happy again. So, like, I feel like no matter where this storyline and where this season goes, I'm just gonna be happy. Talking about those Buffy parallels, there's something that stood out to me, is that, I think a lot of people disagreed with me in the last Buffy video I posted, which is totally okay, and we can all have those discussions as always, but I thought it was very weird that Buffy went after that vampire lady so actively when I thought she was gonna let her go. And it felt a little bit brutal. It felt a little bit like, oh, this is not Buffy. Like, this is a little bit mean. And I feel the same way about Angel here. it feels like both of them kind of lost control for a second. Like their judgment was clouded by their past experiences. You know, I think Buffy saw that that vampire wasn't necessarily a threat, but because of everything that had happened with Riley, she kind of lost control and killed her when I feel like she didn't necessarily have to, because she was just chilling. She was not doing anything. And in a similar way, I feel like Angel sort of becomes the bad guy at the end of the episode when he completely, you know, shuts sort of the door and lets them just fight, you know. And I feel like in a way, you know, I was talking about this whole idea of could they be trying to bring Angelus back? I feel like they're already starting to do it a little, because this ending with Angel right now I think was very meaningful. And even worse than Buffy, because I feel like Buffy, you know, like, it's her job. She has to kill the vampires, even if they're not necessarily all bad. But with Angel, though, like, it's a very, very active choice, because he's talking, you know, this big bad. I forgot his name. It has something to do with, like, manners, right? Because I remember they were, like, shaking their hands while they were talking about manners. Dr. Manor. No, Mr. Manor. I don't know. I thought it was funny. Anyways, that little big bad man from Wolfram and Hart, it's very interesting that he's so actively saying that, like, I don't care about this massacre, and he really genuinely does not care who has to die in order to get what he wants. And that's kind of what Angel felt like in the end of the episode, because he was, like, not really caring about other people's lives as long as it furthers his agenda. So I was a little bit bothered by Angel, you know, and I feel like this is okay, though, because I think this is just a conscious choice. Like, it's not like he did one bad thing. I think it's clearly a spiral he's going on, which is very understandable given everything that's happening, you know, and I feel like that's even more clear when he fires them, you know, because I feel like in a way he doesn't want them to know everything that's happening. He doesn't want to be stopped. Clearly Angel's going through a lot mentally, emotionally. I think it makes sense, you know, his past is catching up to him, and I feel like it brings out some not great things in him. So I'm excited to see that storyline for Angel, you know, because while Drusilla and Darla are clearly amazing characters and I want to be able to focus on that, it is Angel's show, and so it is going to be very interesting to be able to see how their existence affects him. It was also kind of clear, like, just in the beginning of the episode, and he says he wants to go after them alone and he just leaves alone. I feel like he very much thinks that this is something he has to do on his own, and I do think that, you know, based on what we saw at the end of the episode, he might be crossing some lines right now to get what he wants, I guess. And I feel like, you know, having the squad around would sort of keep his morals at bay. And I feel like getting rid of the squad makes it easier for him to do things that they might not approve. So I'm very worried about where Angel's storyline is going to go right now. Because at first I assumed he was going to let them kill the other people, but that he was going to stay there and, like, be there to grab Drusilla and Darla when they were gone. But the fact that he let them go is very, very weird, because I feel like even if you do want them to kill these people, they're gonna go after innocent people next. So it's really, really bad what he did. Like, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, shit, Angel really did screw up, because he just let these two unhinged people completely free, and I feel like a part of it has to be because of this background. There's like this history they have, and I think that's very much affecting him. You know, just the way that he was dealing with the cases. I thought it was so interesting that Cordy had a vision this episode. Like, where did that come from? Because at first I thought, like, what the fuck? But then I was like, oh, this vision definitely has to take them to Drusilla and Darla. It has to be connected. And the fact that it was not is kind of weird. So I don't know if the reason that they put that there was just to show how sort of careless Angel is, because I don't think he went about it the right way, especially with Cordy being like, we got to be sensitive, we got to be careful, our job here is not done. You know, they were very clearly trying to help this person, whereas Angel was not really caring about anything other than Darla and Drusilla. So clearly, Wolfram and Hart plan is working, because Angel's completely distracted, he's not doing his job well, and he's crossing some, you know, lines, so they're clearly getting to him emotionally. But I feel like I'm just so confused as to why we had this case. You know, I think it was Gunn who said something interesting of, like, could this be the powers that be trying to get you away from these two people? Because I feel like maybe they're not the best influence on him, and I think the powers that be can sort of see that, so maybe it's just their way of getting him away. But in general, I feel like Angel was just fascinating this episode, because he did not do things I assumed he was going to do. Very unpredictable. A man with a mission. You know, I think it was interesting that he was determined to kill Darla, because he thought that was the way of saving her. I mean, that adds up. But the fact that he was actually willing to kill her, I think just shows how much he cares for her. I think seeing this backstory that we did see with Darla and her coming to this conclusion that like maybe she doesn't have to be a vampire, which I feel like was the ending of the last episode, makes this whole storyline even more meaningful. I have to say, I'm actually very, very excited to be able to rewatch those episodes when I'm editing, because I feel like the entirety of season 2, you know, this beginning, I was always a little bit worried that Darla was just faking it and was like kind of big bad deep inside. And it's really interesting now that like I actually know the truth and I know that she was fully a human and like, you know, she was just trying to hold on to this old Darla because that's all she knew. But I feel like the complexities of that are so interesting. And I feel like now that I see a little bit of the fuller picture of her actually being sort of an innocent woman who had nothing to do with this, I feel like I'm going to have so much appreciation for the first half of the season. Not that I didn't before, but I feel like it's going to get even better. I feel like it's the kind of season that gets better with a rewatch. So I'm really, really excited to be able to edit those episodes because I feel like the connections that she made with Angel there are so interesting. And I think they definitely affect the way that he's acting right now. So Wolfram and Hart, like their plans, like it's working and that worries me. And again, I don't want to know what the big plan is though, because if Darla and Drusilla are not like it, then I don't know what else they could do. Because I feel like that's, yeah, I don't even want to think about it because it's honestly a little bit too creepy. But I do want to know if they did kill that big bad man. I'm going to go with Mr. Manor again, even though I'm not sure that's his name. I think I have seen both Lindsay and Lila in the later seasons of Angel, so I'm fairly certain that they're both alive, I would say with quite a lot of confidence, because I don't think that I saw them in flashbacks. I think they were existing in present day. Lila for sure has to be alive, I think. Lindsay, no, I think I remember his face from the start, so it's interesting that Darla and Drusilla wouldn't kill them, but in regards to like the big chief, you know, head bitch in charge, I'm not sure about that man. So I'd be curious to see, does Lindsay have to take over if he's dead? I want to see why wouldn't they kill everybody? Why would they spare Lindsay and Lila? I wonder if they'd keep this a secret, like if we're gonna think they're dead and then they suddenly show up a few episodes later. Not sure how the Angel writers plan to going about it, but I'm curious. And in general, I think it's also so interesting that Lindsay was not afraid. For a second, I thought it was like because she was going to be able to smell like love or like, I don't know, like he was turned on or some shit. Like he's clearly invested in Darla, I want to say. So I thought that maybe that was why he was not afraid. But I feel like it's even creepier to know that like he knows that he could die, he just doesn't care. Because that's dangerous, right? If you find sort of a villain that doesn't care about dying, like that genuinely does not care. It's not even that they say, I don't care about dying, they actually mean it. That's not great because I feel like, first of all, that's very sad, sir. And I hope we can like unpack that in therapy because you should hopefully care about if you live or die. I feel like that's kind of what makes life worth living is caring about death. But also, I feel like it just makes him unhinged. It makes me feel like he could do anything because the stakes for him are like, whatever, you know, like there is no limit for him if he can't lose. You know, it almost feels like no matter what he does, he can't lose. So it's a little bit creepy and it makes him more unpredictable. It makes him not only more interesting, but it makes me more scared of him. I'm just so excited that they're both like here at the same time. I'm still waiting for Faith because if they give me Faith, can you believe if they give me Faith in the same episode? Because now that I'm thinking about it, Faith hasn't shown up since episode 1, which is crazy because it felt like they were setting her up for season 2. Could she be joining the second half of the season? That would be so interesting. Because listen, if they showed her, they have to have a plan, right? Especially with us seeing that Kate is okay with sort of breaking the law a little. I wonder if she's gonna get Faith out of jail, prison, wherever the hell she is. I feel like it was interesting when Darla comes back to grab Drusilla. I really genuinely thought she had come back for Lindsay for a second because I think that she's also feeling that connection. I'm not sure she like loves him or anything, but I think she can tell that he loves her. And so I think she can sense like, I'm not sure, like just some gratitude, some bond with Lindsay, you know, and the way that she approached him at first. And she was sort of close to his neck, of course, because it's Darla, she's a vampire now. But a part of it felt kind of like old Darla was still in there a little bit. So I wonder if this could be Angel's storyline for the season, trying to really get Darla back. And how he would be able to do that. Because I feel like Angel could like, you know, talk to the Oracle, something like that, trying to find another way of saving Darla. Or just really trying to kill her. I wonder if he's just going to spend the entire season trying to kill her. Because that would be a little bit sad considering their history. But clearly I feel like they're both going to try and change each other and try and bring each other to the same team. And I wonder if they're going to succeed. Because I kind of want to see them. It's not that I want Angelus back, but if it means seeing Angelus, Darla, Drusilla thriving, I think a part of me wants Angelus back, just because it would be so interesting and so just batshit crazy. I feel like I'm going to regret saying this if it does happen, but I said it. The last thing I have to talk about is Kate, because she was very interesting. But like, I immediately thought she was going to help us just because I was like, Angel can't go to jail, he can't go to prison, whatever. So clearly Kate is going to have to get him out of it. I assumed Angel was going to have to, you know, do his whole speech, convince her that he should be let go, convince her that this is for the best, you know, convince her they're in danger. But the fact that Kate came to that realization on her own is really interesting, because I feel like she can pretend like she's so opposed to Angel and stuff like that, but I think she genuinely trusts him. You know, I think that a lot of what she puts up is maybe like a front, because, you know, the fact that she's able to let him go sort of so easily, like it didn't seem like she was going through a moral dilemma in her head of like, is this the right thing? No, she knew from the start that she should let him go. It's not something he had to talk her into, and I think that's just very interesting, because it makes me feel like she can be more of an ally than I expect. Because, you know, this season they're sort of setting her up as like being in a completely different place and just being completely opposed to Angel. But it's cool to see that deep down she's not. She's still on our side, even if she may like pretend. She pretends like she's not, but I know that deep down she is. And it's just exciting, because I feel like hopefully that means we can explore that more, because I keep waiting for us to explore more and more of Kate, and I feel like we rarely do. So the name of the next episode is called Redefinition. This makes me feel like it has to be like the redefinition of a vampire or something. We're clearly talking about this in regards to Darla and being a vampire again. And redefinition, I feel like it just has to do with some sort of rebranding, some deeper understanding of something. And I feel like it's got to have something to do with being a vampire, right? So I wonder if this has to do with Angel's character progress or Darla's. I know that after this Angel episode, if I'm not mistaken, we go back to Buffy. So I feel like if we are to see Spike interact with Drew and Darla, I do think it would be in this next episode that they would set that up. But in general, it's going to be the middle of the season, so I'm going to guess that we're going to be talking a little bit more about Wolfram and Hart, like getting to know what happened in that room, like after that, who's dead, who's alive, how does that change their plans, how does it not, and in general, it's going to be really interesting to see how Angel's going to go off on his own and how the squad is going to find their way back to him. It's going to be interesting to see how hard they're going to have to fight, so that hopefully we don't spend like the rest of the season with them being strangers and stuff like that, because it would be weird. And also I don't see how Gunn, Cordy, and Wes would be able to fit into the storyline if they're not helping Angel. So I have a lot of questions about that. I do think the next episode has got to be focused again on the storyline of Darla, Drusilla. We're very invested in like the overarching theme of season 2, which is very exciting. I want to see more of Wolfram and Hart. I want to see more Darla, more Drusilla, and they're giving it all to me, so I'm very excited. I'm sure it's going to be a great episode. And yeah, I hope I will see you all then. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you had fun, and I'll see you in the next episode. So bye-bye.